Was good, ballers? This is Jim's Ballin' back again with the Pigskin Pick'em. Got the predictions for week 12. But before we can make those picks in week 12, as always, we gotta recap the last week. Here's how I did for week 11 here. Went 9-5, so an alright week. Overall though, 166. I'm up to 100 wins on the season, so let's go. Now with the first pick, I picked the Eagles. I mean, division game, the Eagles are at home, and the Eagles usually get the best of the Commanders, so that was a pretty easy pick there. The Packers, I thought this was an easy pick. They barely won, but still Packers won. Good. The Rams were on upset alert with the Patriots. The Patriots are looking pretty solid, but the Rams hung in there, got the win. The Saints, they're at home, so yeah, they beat the Browns. The Ravens let me down. They should have won that game, but they lost. Detroit Lions, really easy pick there. Minnesota Vikings, really easy pick there. Dolphins, really easy pick there. Really thought the Jets would be able to get a win, but man, they are absolute dookie. The Broncos, a lot of people had faith in the Falcons to win this week, but I mean, it was the Broncos at home and just the Falcons being really shaky. I mean, yeah, pretty easy pick overall, though, for the Broncos. Thought the 49ers at home would be able to get an easy win. Man, nope. And these were some of the picks fall apart. I thought the Chiefs would win. I mean, they're the Chiefs, you know, then they keep winning every single week, but they finally get a loss. So, yeah, really thought the Bengals would be able to get the win, but shout out to the Chargers. Chargers are a really good team. And the Texans, that's a pretty easy pick. So that was week 11. Now let's get into these week 12 picks. Let's see what we're looking at. And we got the Steelers at the Browns. And I think this could actually be a pretty close game. I don't know, just these division games, but the Steelers have been looking really solid, and with that elite defense, they should be able to win this game. Next up, we got the Vikings at the Bears. Another division game with the not as good team at home, and I think this will be another pretty close one. These division games usually are, and my gut is kind of telling me to go with the Bears. The Bears looked better last week, and maybe they should have won that game, but I mean, I don't know, just these division games with the home team, I think I'm gonna really do it. I think I'm gonna really go with the Bears here. The Vikings just keep winning games, and they just gotta lose at some point, and the Bears, they're feisty, they're desperate for a win, and I think they'll be able to do it at home here. Next up, we got the Lions at the Colts, and just how good the Lions have been looking. I don't know. I think I gotta go with them here. Even though this is a cross-conference game, the Colts are at home. Anthony Richardson looked pretty good last week. This could be a closer game than we expect it to be, but I still think the Lions will be able to pull out a win here. Next up, we got the Patriots at the Dolphins, and another division game that I think should be pretty close. Patriots have been looking more competitive than expected, but it's the Dolphins. They've been looking a lot more solid with Tua back, and the Dolphins are at home here, so I think they'll be able to block up a win here, although this should be a pretty close game. Next up, we got the Bucs at the Giants, and do we have faith in Tommy DeVito? Do we? No. Obviously got to go with the Bucs here. Baker Mayfield's been looking really solid, and I think he'll continue to do that. He'll probably dice up this Giants team, and Tommy DeVito might be able to do a couple things, but the Giants, I do not have a lot of faith in them. The Bucs should be able to win this one pretty easily. And next, we got the Cowboys at the Commanders, and this should be a get-right game for the Commanders. They're at home. The Cowboys have been looking like butt, and they should be able to get destroyed by the Commanders. Get-right game for them, Commanders, good win. Next up, we got the Chiefs at the Panthers, and 4% of people picking the Panthers seems like a lot. Do we think the sky is falling for the Chiefs? Do we think they'll lose this week and it'll all fall apart? No, I think the Chiefs should be able to win this one. It might be a little close because all these Chiefs games usually do end up kind of close for some reason, but they always seem to barely win, except for last week. But the Chiefs are still the Chiefs. They're still a really good team. They were undefeated up until last weekend. I think they'll continue to win. I mean, it's the Panthers, let's be honest. It's the Panthers. The Chiefs should win. Next up, we got the Titans at the Texans, and should this really even be a question? Come on, we're going with the Texans here. The Titans are looking like a mess. I mean, Maybe the Titans will have a couple plays. Like I said in my power rankings, the wide receiver Westbrook on the Titans looks like he could be a really good guy, really good piece for them, but the Titans are overall pretty mess of a team. And the Texans, while I don't have a lot of faith in them, they're still a really solid team. Next up, we got the Broncos at the Raiders. And I think the Broncos should be able to win this one. Although this could be closer than expected, like I said, with these division games and with the Raiders at home. But the Broncos have been looking really solid. They have really good defense, and I don't think the Raiders will be able to put up that many points. So yeah, I think the Broncos should win. Next up, we got a good one. The 49ers at the Packers. And can the 49ers right the ship? Can they get a win? Keep their playoff hopes alive? This is one they kind of need. And the 49ers usually do kind of get the best of the Packers. They usually do win when these two teams go head to head. And honestly, I think I might go upset alert. I think I might go with the 49ers. I haven't had a lot of faith in the 49ers recently, especially with last week's loss. But with this matchup, 49ers usually do kind of win when these two play. So I think the 49ers will get a win here. Next up, we got the Cardinals at the Seahawks. And man, oh man, what a 50-50 game. This is 50-50. I think I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks, after last week's win, maybe they're putting things together a bit, maybe looking a little bit more competitive. And they're at home, so I think the Seahawks will barely be able to win this one. But yeah, this game is really 50-50. It could go either way. I don't feel too good about it other than the Seahawks being the home team here. Next up, we got the Eagles at the Rams. And you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go with the Rams here. I think just with the offense clicking a little bit more, I think they'll be able to put up enough points. This should be a good game. I'm expecting it to be a bit of a shootout, but I got my faith in Puka Nacua. I think the Rams will be able to win this one. In last game of the week, we got the Ravens at the Chargers. And I think this will probably be a bit of a get-right game for the Ravens here. The Chargers are looking really good, really solid. I think this should be a really close one, really good one, but I think the Ravens will barely be able to get a win. I mean, the Ravens got to be hungry for a win after last week and just looking to still want to win their division. They need wins, so I think they'll be able to get it done against the Chargers. I'm going to predict the total points scored being 43 in this Monday night game. And that will wrap up these picks. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comments if I made any bad picks, any ones that you disagree with. And thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. This has been Jim's Ballin'. Peace. Don't forget to like and subscribe.